Hello everyone, my name is Marie and welcome to Life Science Live. Today we're going to talk about how insects and arachnids eat. Okay, so we're going to talk about three insects and one arachnid, and we're going to start with the praying mantis. So praying mantises are really interesting because they are carnivorous and they eat a variety of insects including flies, grasshoppers, and moths and other insects. So they will lie in wait for an insect to come by, or they'll stalk insects and they'll wait with their legs raised up like this, and when they're ready they will pounce onto their prey and they'll grab it with their front legs, and their front legs have spikes on them, so it makes it easier to hold insects, and then they will start eating them. And they have really big mandibles. They're kind of like, if you think of like maybe scissors, yeah, so something like scissors. Their mandibles are really sharp and strong, and they will use their mandibles to cut and chew insects. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna watch a little video on a praying mantis attacking a hornet. Let's see. You can see he's grabbing him with his front legs, and he is eating him with his mandibles. You can kind of see his mandibles. Hold on, let's go back and watch him pounce. Oh, there he goes. They're really fast, and yeah, so they'll pounce like that and then grab them with their front legs. So that was pretty cool. Okay, so that's kind of how praying mantises eat. They use their mandibles. Not all insects have mandibles, and we'll talk about that. The next insect we're going to talk about is a fly. So flies do not have teeth. Instead they have a trunk-like nose. They have a trunk-like nose, kind of with a sponge structure on the end of their nose. And so the way that flies eat, they will land on solid foods, and they can't eat solid foods because they don't have teeth. So they will regurgitate saliva onto the solid food, and their saliva will turn the solid into a liquid. And once that happens, they are able to soak up the liquid with their sponge-like mouth, and that's how they eat. So they don't drink liquid, they soak it up with their sponge mouth. So it's pretty weird and cool. I have another video for that. So we're gonna watch how a fly uses its nose to eat. Hold on just a second. Okay, here we go. You can see its trunk nose eating that liquid right there. So yeah, they don't drink it, they're soaking it up. Some people say that their nose kind of looks like an elephant trunk, and I think so too. You can see there again. Oh, there he goes. Eating that food. Okay, so not only are flies really annoying, but they can also be dangerous. So flies will also eat feces and rotting food, as well as things like your lunch. And the World Health Organization estimates that over 65 diseases have been transmitted from flies to humans. So not only are flies really annoying, but they can also be dangerous. So anytime you see a fly, you just want to swat it. You don't want it to land on your food. Okay, our third insect that we're going to talk about is the bee, the bumblebee. So, oh, here's some flies for you guys to look at. They're not all flies. Some of them are flies. I think that's a fly right there. Yeah, these are all different insects. I think that's a fly. Okay, so next we're going to talk about bees. Bees are very important insects. We're going to talk about how they eat. So bees are called nectivores. They only eat nectar, and nectar is produced by flowers. And nectar is kind of like a sugar water. It's different from pollen. Pollen is kind of like a yellow dust. Bees do not eat pollen. Bees eat nectar. And the nectar is inside the flower, and in order for bees to get that nectar, they have a very long tongue. And their tongue is kind of like a straw. Their tongue is called a proboscis, and so their tongue is like a straw, and they're able to drink the nectar through with their tongue. So they use their tongue to drink the nectar. And I have a video on a bee eating some nectar. Okay. There's a bee. If you look really close, you could probably see the proboscis. Oh, there it is right there, going inside the flower. It's really long. Okay. So yeah, that's how bees eat. They use their proboscis to drink nectar. Okay, and we just have one more animal that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about an arachnid now. And arachnids are also called spiders. So we're going to talk about a tarantula. So to help us learn about tarantulas, I brought a real one with me. So let me get her out really fast. It might take just a second. Oops. Okay. So let me grab her really fast. Okay. So this is, hold on. So this is Belle. So Belle is called a Chilean rose-haired tarantula. And we're gonna talk about how she eats. So tarantulas are venomous. They do have venom. Does anybody know the difference between venom and poison? If you do, put it in the comments and let us know what the difference is. So Belle is venomous, and her venom is very important. Her venom is very important for, it helps her eat. So whenever Belle finds something that she wants to eat, she will jump onto it and bite it with her fangs. So, and she uses her fangs to inject venom into the bug, and the venom will turn the bug into liquid. Belle doesn't have any teeth either, so she can't chew food. So the way that she eats is that she will also drink the liquefied cricket with her mouth. And her mouth is also shaped like a straw. Do you remember what other animal we talked about has a straw mouth? Tell us in the comments if you remember what the animal was. What other animal has a straw mouth? So Belle will use her straw mouth to drink the liquefied cricket. Yeah, and that's how she eats. If she didn't have venom, then she wouldn't be able to eat her food. So yeah, I don't know if anybody got to comment what the difference between venom and poison is, but so the difference, I'll just tell you the difference. Venom is injected into you. Poison is ingested. Is put into you by something. Poison is eaten by you. So that's the difference between venom and poison. So yeah, Belle is a Chilean rose-haired tarantula. She loves to eat crickets. That's what we feed her. Okay, we're back. Sorry, we had bad connection for a second. But anyways, we're talking about Belle's favorite food. She likes to eat crickets. We give her one cricket every week, and yeah, she uses her venom to turn them into liquid, and then she eats them. Okay, so these kinds of tarantulas are found in Chile and Bolivia. That's why they're called the Chilean rose-haired tarantula, and they're called rose hairs because of their back. So if you look at their back, you can see that they are a little bit pink right there, and that's why they're called rose hairs. If you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and type them in or put them in the comments. I would love to answer your questions. That's kind of how Belle likes to eat. A question that I get a lot is, do tarantulas spin web? And the answer is yes, they do spin web, but it's a little bit different than other spiders. So tarantulas like to live on the ground. They are too heavy to live in webs that are suspended in the air. So they live on the ground in burrows, and they will cover their burrows in web. And that is very important to help them know if there's anything walking by, because they can feel vibrations in their webs. If is walking by, they will know because they can feel it in their webs that they're walking by. So yeah, and an insect could probably get stuck in their webs too. Their webs are really important. And when they feel like there's an insect near their burrow, they will come out of their burrow and then pounce onto the insect and then drag them back into their burrow so that they can eat them. So yeah, that's kind of So that's a little bit about how tarantulas eat. If you guys have any questions, just please go ahead and ask. Or you can just type them in the comments later and we'll try to get to them. Yeah, that's how insects and arachnids eat. Thank you guys. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. And we hope